A 34-year-old woman was murdered in her own house late at night. The next morning, the forensic department arrived and collected thousands of pieces of evidence. Years went by, but for 40 years, the identity of the murderer remained unknown. However, a Coca-Cola can turned the case around and solved the 40-year-old mystery within just 40 hours. To hear this story, join me in the state of Laredo, America. And believe me, this case will satisfy the detective in you. This story is from 1981. Sylvia Collins was 34 years old and a highly ambitious woman. She was an architect by profession, passionate about studying history, taking inspiration from historical buildings, and designing new structures. Alongside this, she also had her own wedding cake business. Overall, Sylvia was an independent woman. Financially stable, she bought her own house near her parents and lived alone. But she always had her morning coffee with her family. On the morning of August 4th, 1981, like every day, Sylvia's father went to her house to join her for coffee at 8 a.m. But when he arrived, he noticed something unusual. The front door of the house was open, and so was the back door. As he walked in, he found Sylvia lying between the living room and bedroom, covered in blood. Rushing over to her, he saw blood pouring out of her body, and shockingly, she was not wearing any clothes. Her hands were tied with her own shirt, and a towel was covering her face. Removing the towel, he saw a bullet wound on her head and multiple stab wounds on her chest. Seeing his daughter like this, he covered her with the towel again and ran to call an ambulance and the police. However, since this was 1981, mobile phones were still a new invention, so most homes still use landline phones. But when Sylvia's father reached the phone, he found the cord had been cut. When the police arrived, Sylvia's father told them what he had seen, and the police removed the towel to document the crime scene. Sylvia's body was sent for autopsy, and the forensic team searched her house. They found that someone had tried to break the bedroom window, but failed because it was too strong. Then they went to the bathroom and saw the large window. There was completely shattered, leading out into some bushes. Investigators found broken glass about 6 feet away in the bushes. Inside the house, there were many more pieces of forensic evidence. Though Sylvia's body was found between the living room and bedroom, there was a lot of blood in the bedroom itself, on the bed sheets, pillow covers, and the floor. Next to the bed, they found a blood-stained knife. This knife, along with the bed sheets, pillow covers, an orange towel, and samples taken from Sylvia's body, were all taken by the forensic team for analysis. The investigation also included interviews with Sylvia's family. They learned that no one had visited Sylvia's house on the night of August 4th. Additionally, it was established that she had spoken to her sister on the phone at 11 p.m. that night. The phone line had been cut after that call, indicating that whoever entered the house did so after 11 p.m. The autopsy report revealed that Sylvia had been stabbed 3 times in the chest, resulting in severe injuries to her heart and lungs, leading to significant blood loss and ultimately her death. Additionally, a bullet had been fired into her head, and evidence of sexual assault was found. Blood and semen samples were collected from Sylvia's body, bed, pillow, and towel. Her throat had also been bruised, indicating an attempt to strangle her. The autopsy also revealed that Sylvia had fought back, breaking several of her fingernails in the struggle. In 1981, forensic science was not as advanced as it is today, so the investigation took longer. 2 years later, in 1983, advancements were made in forensic science, including the development of alternative light sources to better detect DNA. For the first time, foreign DNA was identified on Sylvia's towel, shirt, pillow cover, bed sheet. However, the DNA was in such small amounts that it couldn't be used for matching at the time. Over the years, science continued to evolve, and in 2000, the FBI was finally able to develop a usable DNA profile from the samples. They ran the DNA through their database, but it did not match any known criminals. This indicated that the killer may have committed no other crimes. One person even falsely confessed to the crime, but it was later revealed that he simply wanted to go to jail for free food and cigarettes. Every year, the FBI tried to match the DNA with their growing database, but by 2020, it still had not matched anyone. That's when a company called United Data Collect, which collects DNA samples for health research, entered the picture. On May 26, 2020, the DNA from Sylvia's house matched with a family tree in the company's database. Slowly, the police narrowed down the family members, and suspicion fell on one man. In 1981, this man had lived about 20 kilometers from Sylvia's house in a nearby town called Nebraska. One day, a man took out the trash from his building, and the police seized the bags and sent them for forensic testing. In the garbage, they found a bill with the name Jasper on it, listing items purchased, including a vanilla-flavored Coca-Cola can. Fortunately, the can was also found in the trash, and the DNA on it matched the DNA from Sylvia's house. The police arrested the man, David Danway, now 62 years old, who had committed the murder 40 years ago when he was just 22. He never expected the police to track him down after all this time. A trial was held, and David claimed that Sylvia's aggressive boyfriend, who had previously assaulted her, was the real killer. He argued that his DNA was only at Sylvia's house because she had invited him over. However, forensic evidence at the crime scene only showed two DNA profiles, Sylvia's and David's. In 2022, David was sentenced to life in prison. Though the evidence was conclusive, the exact motive for his attack remains unclear, but the police believe it was sexually motivated. Sylvia received justice, but her parents did not live to see it. Only her younger sister, who was married, remains to witness the verdict. In closing, the judge made two important remarks. First, if someone has committed a crime, justice will eventually be served, as the police and forensic scientists will not rest until they find the truth. Second, for those who have committed crimes and think they've escaped, they shouldn't assume they are safe. The police are coming for them. If you're interested in true crime stories, subscribe to this channel, and if you found this case intriguing, don't forget to like the video. Thank you for watching the video till the end. See you in the next video.